I obviously made like diet changes, like severe diet changes, caloric restriction, figured out what works, started also doing cardio, right? And it took 3 years for me to finally get to this. Last night I ended the broadcast. This is what I used to look like 3 years ago when I was turning 30. This is from like July 10th in my old house, haven't moved. I hit that well, I think. And this is what I look like now. It's from earlier. I played some basketball. I put my same pants on. I never wear those pants anymore. But yeah, took 3 years, active cardio, active diet, active lifestyle. I was super sedentary. I'll get into it in a little bit, but yeah, not even a pump. No, that's not post pump. That's post ball. Bro, the way your fat accumulates is so lucky. You still have that V taper with high body fat. Dude, this is not a V taper. That's just the bottom of my belly. What are you talking about? I still don't have the V taper right now. This is just like, bro said I had dick V's when I look like this. That's crazy. Anyway, oh, you mean like my frame? You're right. I have you meant like my frame? Yes. I have a very broad shoulders. So my shoulder to waist ratio, even when I was super fat, was like pretty solid. So I could hide the weight well. But yeah, folks, dad bod, the hot single streamer chat hot. So insecure doesn't see facts. Wait, what? No, it's not. What do you mean? I mean, I'm Mr. Body Dysmorphia here. Okay. Chill out. On the left, when I was turning 30, when I was 29 years old, it was like one of the last days when I was 29. I was 285 pounds. Okay. I was 285 pounds, but it wasn't just the 285. It was like I had, over the course of COVID during the lockdowns, stopped working out, was incredibly sedentary. My mom was giving me all the treats. Okay. I was living with my mom in this 2-bedroom apartment that we moved into. So I could just I could bring her out to LA. And I was addicted to Grand Theft Auto roleplay, No Pixel, Cheeky Scarecrow, thank you for the 10 gifted subs. So I was able to hide it pretty well, I think. Like I was able to hide it pretty well. But like this is all fat. It's because of my clavicles, because of my broad shoulders, it kind of looks like I'm still, a little muscular. This is all fat. And I didn't even recognize it at the time because like my weight gain wasn't that high. Like my weight gain happened over the course of like 2 years, right? 2019 to 2021. And in that time frame, I lost muscle mass and I substituted with fat. So this entire time, I was like, oh, I'm not getting that much weight. I'm not getting that much weight. I was just like on copium. Oh, and Gila, thank you for the 33 gifted subs, and Punch Cushion, thank you for the 10 gifted. So basically, I was completely oblivious. And I remember, nothing wrong with fat. No, there's nothing wrong with being fat or gaining fat, okay? But that's not the problem. The problem was I was depressed, okay? I was incredibly depressed because I couldn't stand up. I could not stand up for like 5 minutes without getting out of breath. Do you understand? And I was like, what is wrong with me? I was so used to sitting down and being sedentary for like 16 hours throughout the day. Okay, for approximately 16 hours throughout the day. So I was just not even I didn't even realize that I was unimaginably out of shape, and I was just so depressed by it. So I started working out. Okay, so I started working out. I started training 4 times a week, and then throughout the I obviously made like diet changes, like severe diet changes, caloric restriction, figured out what works. Started also doing cardio, right? And it took 3 years for me to finally get to this. This is from this morning. But like I'm still not fully there, but I'm now around 227 pounds. I went from 285 to 227. But like the weight drop isn't all that significant, but you can kind of tell that like it's because of rebuilding muscle mass. I did a lot of recomp, right? I had to get back to like my strength that I used to be at my peak. And, I injured myself quite a bit early on, like a lot. You guys remember, you'd make fun of me all the time. I was constantly hurt. My back would be hurt all the time. And you guys would make fun of me all the time. And that was because I was working out, and I was definitely overworking, and I was doing shit like I thought I could do because I could do it in the past, like weight that I could put up during my peak. And over the course of over the course of 3 years, you know, I got to a place where I'm very comfortable, very healthy, and very happy. So it wasn't just the training that obviously took place. I trained 4 times a week. Now I play basketball 3 days a week on top of training 4 times a week, right? Do you have vitiligo on your feet? No, man. It's because I play basketball outside and I wear my socks. That's why my feet are so white. You bitch. Anyway, so the socks stay on during sex. Yeah. Do you skip leg day? No, I don't. I have massive legs. I'm just tall, so my calves are long. And that's it. Is it harder to lose fat and build muscle in your 30s? I started lifting 25, and now I'm 27, nowhere near my dream physique. Yeah, I mean, it definitely gets harder, but like, it doesn't matter. You just got to readjust. It's kind of wild because I started watching almost 2 years ago and it inspired me to get fit myself. I lost 50 pounds since then and it's made a radical difference in my life. Great work, man. Yeah. The reason why I'm explaining all this is because like, I want you guys to also be inspired by this. I always like give you guys updates on what's going on in my personal fitness journey. Specifically because like, I want you to also go out and work out and be the best version of yourself. And you know, that's it. Do you cardio every day? No. That means you literally lost 80 to 90 pounds of fat and like 10 to 20 pounds of muscle. That's insane. Yeah. I mean, I was definitely at my peak. I would say like early 2019, early 2018, I was probably like 230 pounds and I had more muscle than I do now. I was stronger than I am now. I could dunk. But like, you know, I'm still not at my strongest I've been, but overall, like I'm in a much better place. And in spite of my body dysmorphia and you know, fears, I feel confident enough to be able to post this. But there is no age where this is like too late for you. Okay. There is no age where it's going to be like too late for you to work out. You can always readjust to your own limitations. It's just about trying hard. And more importantly than trying hard, actually, it's about consistency. You know, did you restrict carbs? Not really. I mean, I restrict calories overall. My diet, because I'm not like a professional bodybuilder or anything. So obviously my diet doesn't have to be that crazy. My diet has always been calories in, calories out. I obviously track my macronutrients. In terms of my macronutrients in my diet, I basically was making sure that I was hitting 220 grams of protein every day. And then the rest of it trying to stay under either 2,500 calories or on my deficit day, 2,000 calories. But yeah, that's it. Carbs always get a bad rap. Calorie deficit is the way to go. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. It's also about like food and the way that it makes you feel. Are you on creatine? Yes, I love creatine. I love creatine. The hardest part for me is I have a bullet in my neck and one in my back, and the bar sits right on the bullet when I squat. It's like a rock in your shoe, but inside of you. I love leg day and can't do it now. I had a similar problem with my knee. I had a piece of bone that was broken from my kneecap that would sometimes get stuck. I don't know how that works with a bullet. Like, I don't know if you can take it out, but I know how that feels when you're trying to move around and you just have a piece of like something stuck inside of you that you can feel. It's the most annoying ever. I had to get it out, but there's different, like you can do like Zercher squats, I guess, which is really annoying, but I suspect that there's different ways that you can squat, like maybe front rack instead of back squatting. Do you notice a mental difference on and off creatine? I don't know. I've been on it for so long. I hate Zercher squats. They're the worst. They like make my, I would lose like, I would lose feeling on my forearms doing that. I think they're dumb, but how did you determine your maintenance and deficit calories? It was a financial decision not to take them out. Done front, hurts my wrist. To be honest, I need to stop making excuses, just commit to finding alternatives. Yeah. Zercher squats, goated. I hate Zercher squats. I don't recommend Zercher squats, but I do recommend front racking it. I mean, it'll be more, obviously that would be more quad dominant, but you know, still squatting. What food did you eat to make you feel full? Chicken. The beauty about my diet is that you know exactly what it is. You see it every day. At the same time, every day I eat chicken, just grilled chicken. MyFitnessPal is what I use for its massive library of like user generated data. You know, they're not giving me any money or anything, but that is what I've used my whole life. That's what I used when I first lost all the weight. Can you do pistol squats? No, I can't do pistol squats. I'm too tall. My knees are too weak. My legs are too weak. I'm too heavy. I still can't do pistol squats. Maybe one day. You eat chicken and protein shakes, right? Or do you have any extra stuff or cheat days? No. Rotisserie chicken is good too. Just take the skin off. How tall are you? I'm 6'4". Nick gonna get stronger than you soon come. Which Nick? NMP Lol or Nick Merckx? Because I think Nick Merckx might be stronger than me already. Bro, to be honest, I'm happy for you, but when you talk about this, it gets me down. I've been in the exact same boat. Brother, let this inspire you to go and work out. You know what I mean? Jeff Niffer's app for tracking food is better than FitnessPal, in my opinion, but not free. What is it? Macro Factor? Is that what it is? Shouts out to Jeff. He's the GOAT. I love him. Any advice on sticking the calories in, calories out mentality? Dude, it's for me, for everyone is different. For me, it's all about consistency and regimen and sticking to it. Okay. Like one thing that out of all of these here, I mean, this is something I've talked about quite a bit, but like I haven't in a while. So it's good to repeat it, I guess. But one thing that I will say, okay, before I get to the news, which I will in a moment, but I'm not like a big self-help guru guy. I don't really like any of that shit. But one thing I have noticed, for me at least, is that it really does take around 3 weeks, 21 days of continuously repeating behavior to basically make it so that your body just does it without even thinking about it. So as long as you can stick to that, and for everyone is different, but for me, it's around 21 days in order to form like a healthy habit. And it does take, they say it takes 2 to break it. And I think it's entirely dependent on how long you maintain that habit. Like if you have a good habit for 7 years, if you've tracked your calories for 7 years, 2 days off from tracking your calories is not going to bust you and you're not going to go back. But for the most part, it does for me at least, like that's what I've stuck to and that's what has worked. I just find like little ways to cheat and little ways to like motivate myself. Little ways to cheat in the sense that like I cheat my brain. I love treats. I love sweet treats. I have a sweet tooth. So what do I do? What do I do to, you know, not eat like horrible that's like super high calorie? I drink diet soda. I have protein substitutes, like protein treat substitutes for sugary things. So like I'm getting 20 grams of protein when I'm having like a legendary Pop-Tart or whatever. Some of this stuff is like very expensive. So I understand. Are you going to track your food forever? Yeah. It's not even a thing. I don't even think about it. Like, that's why I'm saying, like, even weighing my chicken, tracking my food, it's not even a thing I think about. It's just like, it's just a thing that I do. It's like waking up and getting out of bed. You know what I mean? That's how I feel about it. And that's because I've been doing it for years. It's a good habit. So banana and peanut butter for me. Yeah. People keep telling me diet soda is bad. I mean, I don't know. I still like it. How much is it diet and how much was it at workout? It's both. The diet definitely is more significant than your workout though. You can't outwork your diet for sure. Just so you understand. Like that's not a thing. You just cannot outwork your diet. However, if you're on a severe deficit, you might actually end up burning less calories because the human body is an engine. It's a machine, right? And it's an engine that needs fuel. And part of burning calories and losing weight requires you to eat food because the entire engine actually burns calories while you're putting in fuel. What does this mean? Like your body is literally burning calories to consume the food that you eat. So when you actually go on a severe deficit, you're technically burning less calories now, okay? Because you're not eating as much food. That's one thing, okay? Another thing is like if you eat less food, you might be more sedentary because you don't have as much energy. So the type of food that you eat is also important. And if you don't have a lot of energy, then you're not twitching, okay? Because that's another way that you burn calories when you're twitching. Like, and not, I don't mean like Twitch streaming. Like when you're literally just like doing movements like this right here, when you're talking or moving around a little bit, thinking, that all burns calories. Okay. And then of course, the other part of it is your active lifestyle, how much you walk around, things like that. And then finally exertion. like actual exercising and whatnot. It's called NEAT. Yes, non-exercise activity thermogenesis. Thank you for the fitness people in the chat. Did you say either Alexa or Alex is so cut because he can't stop moving? Yeah, he can't. It's Alex. Alex is a prime example of a type of person who's like constantly moving around. And because of that, his metabolism is like super high. Like his BMR is insane. But yeah, as long as you work out and you're at a caloric deficit, and there's like caloric deficit calculations that you can get for free online, and you stick to it, you will be able to lose weight. And if you want to gain weight, you got to gain weight. Rest is the third pillar. Yes. What about metabolism though? What I just described to you is metabolism. What I just described to you is literally what people mean when they talk about metabolism. That's what it is. Yes, my BMI is obese, I think. I'm 6'4", 229 pounds. And on the BMI scale, I think it says like I'm either obese or like almost obese. And I'm close to having a six-pack. So it's very outdated. So sometimes people have to watch out for these habits. Don't cause an eating disorder for sure. I'm 27. I have rheumatoid arthritis in my whole body. What's good joint strength workouts? I don't know. But my joints are ass. So I'm also on a weight loss journey. Okay. Let's move on from the weight loss talk. Okay. I'm shocked that I talked about exercising and diet and we didn't even have any chirpers in the chat. Maybe as a birthday gift to me, we didn't have any chirpers in the chat being like, you're triggering my ED, you're being up and all that good stuff. Yeah. Radlibs have taken the day off, I think. So I'm glad. When do you think you'll be ready for TRT? Depends on when my T levels actually start declining. Okay. All right, Themasius. We're gonna be talking about Benjamin Netanyahu again. Themasius, thank you for the